Hey, bye, Coach again, and today, guys, I made another anime review, and the review is to Korotaiyu Show Episode 6, guys. Again, sorry for this review being late. You guys should know by now why a lot of my reviews are late for some fucking reason. But anyway, guys, and let me get a review of Korotaiyu Show Episode 6. So, in this episode, Korotaiyu Show, I was fucking right, sex education. Sex fucking education episode. Oh my fucking god, like, you remember guys told you I found it was a letter getting sent to, Yukihire's house, and goddamn, and I told you it's gonna be something to do with sex ed or sex education, and I was fucking right. Sex education. So, in this episode we found out that all the couples, all the young couples who just recently got assigned got sent out about notice about telling them that each all the couple who got assigned a partner has to come to a town hall, I think, or city hall, so they can get education about sex. So they learning about the sex education. So that's pretty much what this episode was about. Pretty much getting notification that all the couples need to come around to learn about sex. And pretty much. And we also find, and that was pretty much what the episode is. But we also do get bits of learning some secrets about certain characters we got introduced recently. For example, this girl who talked about to Takanashi from episode 3. You guys remember this girl from episode 3? Who was talking to Takanashi? We found out she has connections to the government. She works for the government. But it seems like she's also the same age as Yukihire and Takanashi, who needs to go to the same middle school as Yukihire. So Yukihire does recognize her for somewhere. But she works for the government and seems to be looking at the security cameras. She's been looking at the security cameras that are recording everyone from the hall. So we don't fully know what we definitely know she's connected to the organization that works for bringing couples together. For what reason? Now, this is what I feel like is going on. She seems to know the situation between Takanashi, Yukihire, and Rena. She knows the situation between each other, and also seems to know the situation between each other, and between Yukihire. Like I said, knows the situation between those three. And I take it, the government sort of knows as well that Yukihire had a crush on Takanashi because someone else from the government during the video, the movie section, where they pretty much learn sex, for anybody who's had sex education, you more likely have seen the videos of where they learn about sex education. Now, it seems like in this one's a lot more graphical for what they have more likely learned in school. From my understanding, because we don't get a chance to see, we don't actually see it, but they still like clips and stuff, we don't actually see this actual sex itself. But for what we actually do see and what we see people's reactions, I don't feel like from what I've seen from those videos before, I don't think they're as graphical as what I actually seen before as well, mostly because of animation. We never actually seen it in realistic one, but in realistic standpoint, I don't think I've seen it before, but in animation standpoint, I have seen it graphically done in animation standpoint before, so I know what to expect. But from everybody's reaction, it's normal to see. But with Yukihire's case, don't forget he's in love with Takanashi, and of course he wants to, but yet again he also knows he's with Rena, who of course he understands who to do that situation with. Now during the movie scene, someone else from the government comes down and actually talks to Yukihire. And he actually mentions the situation between Takanashi himself and Rena. And he knows that he's in love with Takanashi, but he's been assigned to be in a relationship with Rena. And so he definitely knows the situation. And you can definitely tell he works for the government, because obviously the hairstyle, for some reason, he seems to be related to, or has some connection to the girl who we got introduced that we're talking to Takanashi, who seems to also be working for the government as well. We also find out that the other reason why we know he works for the government is because his outfit. The outfit, he was wearing a suit. He was wearing a goddamn suit. Definitely not a school uniform or any casual clothing, because everybody else who actually a couple in this, who doesn't work for the government, were just wearing school uniform or they were wearing their casual clothing. But that was it, really. But so that means everybody else that was in the conference room was definitely wearing a government suit. We were definitely wearing a suit. So definitely know this guy who was talking to Yuki here was definitely working for the government. So if he and he talks about the situation between, and he mentions the situation between him, Takanashi, and Rena. So the government does know that Yuki here is in this sort of relationship between Takanashi and Rena right now. And we also now found out that, and don't forget, recently also found out that you get penalized, you get, by the society itself, you get, your career, your future career, and now we found out that your grades also get affected. Your grades also get affected, not just for, or where you go, for your future career gets affected, but also your actual grades. So that means even though we now found out grades themselves get affected. I think this is how, I think I understood from that your own actual, career will get affected. Like, I knew that your own career would get affected, but I didn't know how it got affected. Like, what, I was like offended when I heard that your career gets affected if you denounce your, you actually deny your, arranged marriage. But now I know your actual grades get affected. Now I can see the big major effect. Like, I already knew the major effect that you get your career in big problems, but if your actual grades get affected, that means you couldn't even, there's a possibility that your grades might get affected enough that you couldn't even get a job to begin with. That could be the situation that Yuki here could get put into. And we also now found that, and at the end of the conference, we found that everybody had been told that now they have to spend the night with each other. And we all know what that means. Told them to spend the night with each other. The government are pretty much telling them to fuck each other. They're probably telling them to fuck each other out in a room, which I take it is going to be monitored as well by people. So people who are going to see them having sex, but only so they can actually grade them, I take it, or make sure, well, if they didn't do it, they would get a penalty, because that's what the rumor was going around wrong. So that was pretty much what the episode is, and I've got to say, oh man, Yuki here, the government actually knows the situation. The government actually knows. Even though the person doesn't even knew that person worked for the government, it was quite obvious that this person works for the fucking government from his outfit. And he knows the situation between Yuki here and Takanashi and Rena. He knows the situation between them. So he definitely knows the government. So he does now know that if he doesn't fuck Rena, if he doesn't actually have sex with her in this room, like overnight thing they're supposed to be in right now, then she knows that both him and her will get a penalty and their grades will be affected, and he doesn't want that for Rena. So at the end of the episode, we see him about to maybe start to have sex with Rena. And of course, we now found out Rena also has feelings for Yuki here because she actually has a dream. But at the start of the episode, we found out she has a sexual dream about Yuki here, so we definitely know she start to have proper feelings for him. And we now know she doesn't fully start to resist at the end of the episode. But then the episode ends and we don't know, are they going to stop banging? Like, I don't think, next episode, I definitely don't believe that he actually does that. Like, unless he does, like, it does affect their education, their actual grades as well. So, I can definitely see him either doing it because he doesn't want Rena to go through of the thing about losing her grades or anything, or that he actually outright denies actually doing it because he really wants to do it with Takanashi. Like, the situation Yuki here has been put in is very complicated now, because now the actual government workies are now seeing if he's going to do it or not, and he might get a penalty for it. But overall, that's it for the episode. Animation quality, animation looked good, animation looked very good, especially with the background scenes, it looked very good, didn't see any big problems here, and overall, yeah, and that's all I've got to say. Anyway guys, that's my review to Korotai Yusho, episode 6. Hope you guys like what become one chat fans today. If you guys like the fan mail, down below, manage that, and yeah, hope you guys like it, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys! Wow.